Telling me of the fish that you lost.
Yeah, I lost fish here worth 10,000 shillings. I always bring fish from home. I don't buy fish in Nairobi. So when I bring fish from home, I always bring 50 to 100 kgs of fish because I have a freezer and they always stay fresh. But in this case, what happened, I closed my business because I was scared that maybe I will open again and I will get arrested and to be negative. But it gets really expensive when you are just working for the police and you have rent to pay, you have employees to pay. Sometimes we also face other challenges like employee theft, you know. So at the end of the day, as a business person, you end up losing. And if people are stealing from you and the police is taking from you and you can't, it becomes very difficult. So they force you to literally drag you and push you inside the counter to make it like as if you are still
working.
selling and you are still working. Yeah.
Welcome to Real Life and Politics. Today we are talking to Marceline Atieno, one of the top business people in Kenya, and she will tell us a lot about herself. Welcome, Marcy.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Please tell us, what was this experience you had with the police?
Okay, so the experience I had with the police has not been very good at all. I opened my business last year, 2021, in January. And first it was just a restaurant selling fish and ugali. And then slowly I introduced some alcoholic drinks. And I went through the process and I got all the licenses. Kajiado bar and restaurant license. I got the food license. I got the health license for the business. I got health license for my employees. I got all the licenses that were required except for one license, the liquor license. And I didn't get the liquor license because no bar in Kajiado has the liquor license. There's a court order that has been in court for a while about double taxation. And so the bars, the clubs, even the biggest ones, they are operating under the court order. So it's the one license that I applied for, but I never got. So I was operating my business until one day I went to the police station in Kitengela and I went to report that there's a customer who refused to pay 6,700 shillings. He came with a bunch of friends, they drank, and then he refused to pay. I tried to call him, they refused to pay. So I went to report to the police station, but instead of the police helping me or arresting the customer, the police told me that now I have to pay them. And I was told that I have a choice to be paying the OCS 5,000 per month by the 5th of every month, and failure to do that will lead to closure of my business. Just to quote in Swahili, the exact word they used, kama uwezi kufanya venye tunataka tutakushika tu mara tatu na hiyo biashara yako tutafunga. Which means if you cannot do what we want, we will arrest you only 3 times and your business will be permanently shut down by us. So I wanted my business to survive because my business was opened by Kenyans through donations. And I also have children to raise. So I wanted my business to survive. So I obliged and I went to my M-Pesa. I withdrew 5,000. So I ended up losing that day 11,700 because the 6,700 from the customer who didn't pay and the 5,000 from the OCS. So I met the OCS, Madam Bensuda is the nickname, and her real name is Jennifer Munyanyi Mutuku. So I met with her at the OCS station and we talked really nicely. She said, "You are my daughter. I want to see you succeed. I see that you are still down. I want to see you crawling. I want you to get up. I want you to walk. I want you to run. I'm going to be here to support you." She promised me very many good things, that I am safe with her. But the same day that I gave her 5,000, the police came to pick up 200 shillings. There's the police who come on vehicle, the patrol police. They came to my business, they said they want 200 shillings. And I was surprised because I just gave 5,000. I just lost 6,700. Now they want 200. And I gave them the 200. And then shortly after, another group of police came. They were walking. And they said they want 50 shillings each.
How many were they?
That day there were 3. So if there are 3, you give 50, 50, 50. If there are 2, you give 50, 50. If it's one person, you give only 50 shillings. So this became now a daily routine where every day I have to part with 250 to 350. And then end month, I have to give the OCS 5,000. And then instead of the security I was being promised, I was still being harassed and arrested so often. And many times I was taken to the police station and I have to pay for the counter lady 5,000 and I have to pay for each customer 1,000 to get out. And all this money is going to the police.
So these people who took your, almost 7,000.
Right.
They drank the beer here, right here, and they didn't pay.
They didn't pay. They drank.
Have they ever paid?
They have never paid to this.
Do you know them?
Yes, of course I know them.
And if you talk to them, what do they say?
I don't talk to them because after my brother, I called my oldest brother and he told me to just leave them alone. But I see them here. Even yesterday they were here drinking. I know the names. But I just, after the police incident where I went to report and the police never helped me, I decided to let it go. So they never paid to date. This is last year.
So what do you see in this in terms of business in Kenya? Is because you're a business person. Is it not making business very expensive in Kenya? Yeah,
I hate to say this, but I wouldn't really advise somebody to open a business in Kenya. I'm sorry. And I don't mean to be negative, but it gets really expensive when you are just working for the police and you have rent to pay, you have employees to pay. Sometimes you also face other challenges like employee theft, you know. So at the end of the day, as a business person, you end up losing. And if people are stealing from you and the police is taking from you and you can't, it becomes very difficult. I really salute the business owners who are succeeding in Kenya.
You had stayed in America for how many years?
10 years.
10 years. And
yes.
If you compare the experience in the US and here, how would you compare? Though you didn't try to be a business person in the US.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so in the US, I went when I was really young and immature, and I didn't have anybody when I went there. I think that's why everything got messed up the way it did, because I lacked guidance, and I had just finished Form 4. I was 18 years old when I went to the US. But if you compare, the government in the US supports small businesses, and they really value small businesses. And they always offer them grants, and they offer business loans, and they offer support to small businesses, because small businesses are the strength of the economy in any country. So it's really shameful that in Kenya, the government is paralyzing small businesses and making so many businesses to close down. It's making us poorer.
Have you, since you came out and talked about it, have you had any other problem with the police?
Okay, since I came out, and the first time I posted on my Instagram was when I decided to shut down my business, because at the end of this year, 2022, yeah, there's a day I took my normal 5,000 to the OCS. And
the end of 2021.
Yeah, at the beginning of 2022
yes,
now.
Yes.
Yeah, she had trusted me, so she said, I'm away, just put on my M-Pesa, you know, put money on her M-Pesa. But just 2 weeks later, I got arrested. And I had to pay 10,000 to get everybody out. And 2 weeks later, again, beginning of February, I was arrested with 13 customers. And that day I had to pay 13,000 cash to the police for 13 customers to get out, and I had to pay 8,000 for the lady on the counter as fine in court. And then 2 weeks later again, mid of February, we narrowly escaped, because there's a customer who had the police at Ola petrol station saying, let's go to Motherland. So that day we narrowly escaped. But again, 2 weeks later, I was arrested and fined.
So what was the crime? Why were you being arrested?
Going beyond 11 p.m. But you see, this thing is even tricky, because there's a time that the police came, they found when the place was closed, I was the one inside. I was trying to do the accounting, yeah, to count everything, to balance my books. And the police jumped over. You see, I have a gate, and I lock my gate with a padlock. The gate was already locked. They jumped over the fence through my display, my food display. They jumped right here, about 10 of them, and they found me standing right there, and they were literally forcing me to get in the counter so that I can say that I was selling. I refused to get in the counter. I was holding on that metal really tightly, and they were like literally dragging me, and I was screaming, I'm not getting in the counter, I'm not getting in the counter. I was not selling. So even the 11 p.m. that I'm being arrested for their tricking, the last time when I was fined 50,000 in court, my counter lady had closed the counter. She was outside somewhere, but she was identified by another employee of mine.
So you are being forced to enter the counter,
yes,
to appear that you are still selling.
Exactly.
But you had closed already.
Had closed already. I was just doing my calculations. So they force you to literally drag you and push you inside the counter to make it like as if you are still
working.
selling and you are still working. Yeah.
And you refused.
I refused. Personally, I refused. They were threatening me so much. I refused to get in the counter. But you see, this lady got scared. That day I had worked for 24 hours, so I had gone to sleep.
The counter lady?
Yes. Had gone to sleep and I left her. And when the police threatened her that she has to open, she just got in, she opened. The police got inside my counter. They took alcohol from my counter.
To go and drink?
To take as exhibit in court.
In the court,
yeah. And the alcohol was forfeited. I never got it back.
You never got it back?
No.
Why?
They said it was forfeited because I didn't have the same liquor license that nobody in Kajiado County has.
You are telling me of the fish that you lost?
Yeah, I lost fish here worth 10,000 shillings. I always bring fish from home. I don't buy fish in Nairobi. So when I bring fish from home, I always bring 50 to 100 kgs of fish because I have a freezer and they always stay fresh. But in this case, what happened, I closed my business because I was scared that maybe I will open again and I will get arrested again and fined again. So I closed the business for 2 weeks, and in the during that period of 2 weeks, the token ran out, electricity tokens ran out, and all the fish went bad, and I had to just get them out and throw them away. I had to give some to my dog, but that was a big loss. A lot of food got spoiled. There was beef, there was potatoes. I had Kenyan chicken there, had to get them out. So it was a big loss during the 2 weeks.
Yeah, but the other thing I don't understand is, this is a situation whereby this person demands you pay 5,000. You are paid it the same day.
Yes.
And the same day, they are coming back at night.
Yeah. That is what made us to cross. Let me talk in Swahili, hiyo ndio ilitukosanisha. Because me, I told madam and I told the officers, specifically I told the officers awadi, hamwezi kuwa mnakula pesa na bado mnanishika. You know, you have to choose one thing. If I'm giving you the 5,000 that you are extorting from me already, you are forcing me that I have to pay or else you will close me down. I can't be paying and then you are still arresting me, and even like arresting me is not enough. You are taking me to court and I'm getting fined 50,000 and I'm still paying 5,000 and I'm still paying. I told them you have to choose one thing. Either you pay, I pay, and you don't arrest me, you let me do my business, or I do my business and you want to arrest me, don't make me pay. And they said, you know how they answered me?
Yeah.
Wewe ni umbwa sana, unavuta bangi mingi sana. They said I am a dog and I'm on drugs. And I told them, okay, mimi ni umbwa yangu mtajua, and the bangi yenye navuta mtajua, siku yenye mtavutwa kazi. And I'm not saying that I have anything bad against anybody. I've honestly forgiven even the OCS, but doesn't mean that I will exclude her from responsibility. I'm taking her to court. She took me to court. Yeah, she can also know the sweetness of court. So
you are taking her to court?
Yes, I reported the case with IPOA, and hopefully we are going to court. And I have already right now I have 5 other business people who have joined my case. So we are going to court.
From Kitengela? Yes,
from Kitengela. So she took me to court many times. So let me take her to court too, so that she can know the sweetness of court.
Have you ever tried any other business in Kajiado?
Only the food and the drinks.
The food and the drink.
So I've never tried any other business in Kajiado.
Do you think Kajiado is a particularly difficult place to do business?
I think Kenya, period.
Not Kajiado.
I personally think in the whole country, because when Boniface Mwangi posted my story, there were over 5,000 comments from people all over the country. And they were saying that they are going through the exact same thing. And they have closed their businesses because of the exact same issue that I'm facing. So my issue is not like it's the only one. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of cases that are similar. So in Kenya, period, police, government, they are always killing small businesses.
The crowdfunding rates about how much?
I'm not aware about the
crowdfunding. But I contributed to the crowdfunding actually. You had said it was the one by Jalas.
Oh, so in 2020 you are saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that one raised about 500,000.
Yes.
That's what I initially used to open the business.
Yes, so when we saw what had happened, we were very annoyed that this is what was happening.
Yeah.
So this is what you used to start the business?
Yeah, I used the 500,000 to start the business.
But did you have other crowdfundings besides the last one?
Yeah, there's another lady in the US called Lily Richards, and she also organized.
And they also raised some cash?
Yeah, she also raised for me some money that I added to what I had.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is there any other funding going on? Any fundraising going on currently?
Right now, I'm not aware. The only thing I'm aware of is that East African breweries, they have said they are coming to visit me, and they want the media to be present. They are coming to visit me to help me to stand up again. So I don't know if they are bringing me stock, fridge. I don't know what they are bringing, but hopefully it's something nice.
But they have not said the day they are coming.
They have not said the day they are coming. Sometime next week. They told me just sometime next week. So they said they want to come and help me to stand up again. And Keroshe Breweries, they are also talking about coming to help me stand up again.
Yeah, because I think you are a very courageous person to be able to do this business in this environment. When I came here today, there was a guy who was refusing to pay in the morning. And you had to take the laptop, I think. Yeah, I had to. He left me his laptop because he's extremely drunk. Yes. And he's saying he cannot transact. He doesn't even know his password, maybe. He doesn't know his M-Pesa PIN. He's saying he lives close by, but I don't know him. So. You don't know him? No. He took the laptop. Yeah, he told me to stay with his laptop. And then there was a group also out there. Did they pay? They didn't pay? Did they pay? They paid through M-Pesa. Oh, finally they paid? Yeah, they paid. So only this guy who was owing 1,400 is... Yeah, the guy who was owing 1,400 have not paid yet. But the business appears... The bar business is expensive because one keg, one of those cans, how much does it cost? 4,160. Why? Yeah, that's how much I buy the keg for. And just like one crate of beer that the police took cost 7,600. They took and they never returned? No, they never returned. It's an exhibit. You don't even know where that crate is right now? Probably in one of the bars that the police own, I'm guessing. Because the police own a lot. But they didn't take the keg? No, they took the crate of beer, Balozi. The whole crate? Yeah, the whole crate. Just gone like that? Yeah. So business here is very, very difficult. Business is very difficult. It's not easy. As the business owner, you end up suffering more than anybody else. And more so when you are running a bar. Yes, exactly. If you're running a bar, people assume that we get a lot of money, that that the bar business has so much profit. But it's very slight profit. You know, like from a beer, I'm earning like 23 to 27 shillings when I sell one beer. So how many beers do you need to sell? I need to sell 1,000 beers to come up with 27,000. I'm being fined 50,000. So I need to sell about 2,000 beers to pay for the court fine of 50,000 that I'm being charged. 2,000 bottles of beer to pay for the court fine, and that's just one arrest. And you also have to pay rent? I have to pay rent, I have to pay employees, I have to pay the OCS, I have to pay the other police daily. But that one now I think will stop for them. Because I'm told the lady was transferred in Mutuku. Yeah, she was transferred, and a lot of bar owners have come here. Even you found another bar owner who want to talk to me forever. Yes. A lot of bar owners have been coming here, around 7 of them. Out of solidarity.
Yeah, just saying they want to speak up too, that I've given them the courage to speak up, and they are going through very, very bad extortion experiences with the police.
And the other day I had you on, is it on Spice? You also with somebody from the bar owners association.
I was with the Secretary General, Gachoki, yes. Mr. Gachoki.
At the studio?
Yes, at the studio. And then later on, the police boss, spokesperson also came on Spice.
Yes.
And addressed our issue. He said he tried to reach out to me, but I have not seen his call. He said he was trying to reach out to me. Maybe he doesn't have my number.
Yeah.
So Mr. Gachoki was very, very supportive of me. And he said that he wants the association to help me to get back in business, because right now the business has really gone down. I was doing really well.
It was much better, but it will come back.
Yeah, I believe it will come back.
Depending on how life goes. Now, you in the past you say you are also a singer. You released how many songs have you released?
You know, the singing career kind of what do I say? Shocks me. I've released more than 20 songs in the last 2 years.
20 songs?
Yes.
It's a lot of songs.
Yeah, and that is really my real passion. That's what brings me a lot of healing when I sing, when I do music. But what surprises me is that I've not been even called to one birthday to perform. So it's like I'm just spending all this money. Sometimes a music video can cost 100,000 shillings. But at the end of the day...
What are the titles of your songs?
So many.
Which is the best that our viewers, my people can watch?
I have I don't wanna know.
I don't wanna know, yes.
I don't wanna know. I have Luckiest Woman in the World. I have Mombasa Raha. I have Exercise, for just doing exercise. I have Black Lives Matter that I sang during the George Floyd.
I think I remember Mombasa Raha. I've watched it.
You have? Okay.
Yes.
So if you go to my YouTube channel, it's called Atis. You can just find all my songs. So many of them there. And I hope that one day I will get also a career in music. I have a stage here, if you can see. I have a full sound system. A full sound. So I always sing here at Motherland.
And people, you sing for your guests?
I sing for my guests, and some people like it. You know, it's like practice for me for the future. I always sing at Motherland. I made my own stage so that I can follow my passion.
Which states were you living in the US? Which states?
States, okay, so first I went to Arkansas.
Arkansas, yes.
Yeah, Arkansas, and then I relocated to Dallas, Texas.
Yes.
From Texas, I relocated to North Brunswick, New Jersey. And then from North Brunswick, New Jersey, I relocated to Los Angeles, California. And of course, I've traveled to so many other states like Las Vegas, Nevada, PA, New York,
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Yes, that's interesting. Yeah, US is a very interesting place, but now life is also very expensive there. In the past, it used to be not very expensive.
Right, life is really expensive. Like a bed sitter costs like 80,000 Kenya shillings.
In which it depends on where.
In California.
But at
Los Angeles.
In New York, right in the city center, it will cost you much more.
Yeah, much more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I live longest in California, all the places.
What would you say about we are now facing an election time in Kenya? What is your views? We are not asking you to take any sides. How do you see the whole situation in Kenya now?
Well, I mean, I just want to warn Kenyan people to be very wise, you know, to be very careful who you are voting for. Ask yourself, what is in it for me? Because many of these leaders, they're lying to us. They want to use us. They want to use the youth, you know. They get in the office. They don't know you. They don't pick up your calls. I just want you to be very wise and very careful who you are voting for. And even if you can't think about yourself, think about your future children, if you have children and grandchildren. Because we really need a good leader who can change things, especially the corruption levels in Kenya. Leave alone the upper side of the rich people. You know, kufinyilia mwananchi wa chini, pushing the one who is really down below. The government stepping eating its own people. It's really pathetic. So if you are the average Kenyan, which makes more than 80% of Kenyans, they are just normal average citizens. Don't be swayed by 1,000 shillings. Don't be swayed by, just be very wise and be very careful who you are voting for. That's what I can say.
And I think in Nairobi it's even more true, because in Nairobi, this is Kajiado, but in Nairobi, many of those candidates don't even live where they are contesting. They don't stay there.
Right.
And they only come there to wave at people during election time. And in Nairobi, there are areas that are living in abject poverty. You go to places like Kawangware, Riruta. There are no roads. Kibera, Mathare.
Yeah.
And they have their MPs.
Yeah, they
do. You know, there are areas in Nairobi where my village in Ugenya is much better. The road actually outside my homestead in Ugenya is better than some roads in Nairobi.
Very true. Look at the sanitation.
Yes.
No toilets, nothing.
Yes. Yeah.
It's really sad. And the people who are running for like MPs in the slum areas, they live in Lavington, they live in Karen.
Yes.
Yeah, the whole politics thing to me is just...
You know why? Because you cannot make them account for their actions, because what they do, once you vote and you have voted that person in, maybe the MP for Dagoretti South or North or whatever, or Isili or whatever, the phone is switched off. You can't reach him.
Yeah, you can't reach him.
And then he has some bouncers there.
Right.
Yes.
And if you go, they will kick you out.
They'll kick you out.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's really, I really hope and pray that God will give us a leader who really has the interest of the average normal Kenyan citizen in their heart. You know, all the politicians say, yeah, I'm fighting for the normal mwananchi, the normal. But in real sense, no, they really want, they're in it for themselves. So, vote carefully.
But now you are a mother of two. Where are the children now?
My children are with the nanny. I have a nanny.
In the house, in your house?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. In Nairobi here?
Yeah, right here
in Kitengela. And they go to school?
They are very young, 2 years.
Oh, 2 years and?
Okay, 4 years is joining school next month.
Yes.
In April, yeah. 2 years and 4 years is my oldest.
4 years is your oldest?
Yes.
And the other one is 2 years?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. You are a real fighting mother.
I'm a fighting mother, and I'm praying that they will have a better future than I. Yes.
Even when I came here, I was impressed, because I did not expect it to be well organized. It's quite a nice place. With you have a lot of customers, though now they are not around.
Yeah.
But it's well organized. You can see it's a place that you know, you have what is called the bars.
Right.
The bars, you know the bars, yes? Where when you come in, you can feel that this place is well managed.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I try my best. It's not easy managing a business and being a single mom at home.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to find a way to balance all of it. That's why small business owners like myself, we really need the government to support us, because we are the future, we are the economy, we are the heart of the economy.
Very good. Yeah. Thank you very much, Mercy.
Karibu sana.
We'll come back another day. We'll come back, don't worry.
Okay, no problem.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming and visiting Motherland.
And now we also need to commend our sponsor, Nation Circle Launch, or NASCOS. We were today talking to a top business lady in Nairobi in terms of fighting for her rights, Mercy Atis, and I hope we'll come back again. Thank you.
Thank you.